Scott, good day. How are you?
Oh, so great. Lovely to make your acquaintance. Thank you.
Finally, you can release your movie. Another movie affected by the pandemic, man. You were ready to release like starting 2020, right?
Yes, it's been a long time coming, and I'm thrilled that the studio have waited to release it in cinemas only, because I think horror is best experienced communally, and I
Yes.
think we're ready to finally unleash the monster.
And better in October, right?
Yeah, it seems like it's a fall film. It's gloomy mystery and approaching Halloween. I really hope that people respond to it.
This is not like your regular horror movie. This is a monster movie, but it has a lot of things behind.
Yes,
It's
that was my goal. My goal was to tell a very human story, to kind of hold up this dark mirror to America's fears and anxieties. And we're dealing with a lot of them in this country at the moment. Certainly generational trauma and familial abuse, dealing with the opioid crisis, alcoholism, but also dealing with our maltreatment of Native Americans. And out of that
yes.
is born the Wendigo.
That's the creature, right?
Yes, it's very vengeful and can be a terrifying creature. It's the Wendigo is a Native American mythology, folklore. It deals with when the first European settlers came to these shores well over 400 years ago and pillaged Native American resources and forced them into cannibalism. And out of that came the Wendigo.
This is based on a short story called The Quiet Boy. I read that it was published on a magazine, right?
Correct. Yeah, to some acclaim. It's a really well crafted and terrifying short story by Nick Antosca. And then there was an existing screenplay, but because I write all of the films that I direct, I took the short story and their work, and then I created the film that I wanted to see, and dealing with the themes that we just discussed, which can oftentimes be much scarier than dealing with monsters.
But this movie is also about family, about the pains in the past and how to confront them. Um, is that something that you originally wanted to put there in this movie?
Yes, yes, a sense of family tragedy is has in a couple of my films coursed its way through, and I think it's a really certainly a dynamic and challenging topic, because we all have family and we all have wonderful relationships. We have very fraught relationships. We have very dynamic and challenging relationships with our family. And this deals with familial abuse and kind of generational trauma that I think works on a very universal level, regardless of where you are.
How was working with Guillermo del Toro, man? He's like the king of the monsters and fantastic stories.
I would not have made this story if not for Guillermo. He is the foremost monster and creature creator we have. He's an incredible producer, very generous with his time and ideas, and it was a real dream experience.
Why you choose Kerry Russell for this role, man? She's so sweet. I think she never did anything in the horror genre before.
Well, that's part of the reason, right? And Carrie is I think one of our best actors. She is incredibly relatable. She exudes strength, but also exudes vulnerability, and she's always truthful. And that's what I want in my actors. And she reminded me of a version of Ripley from Alien, from Ridley Scott's
Mm,
Alien.
yes, you had a lot of references in this movie too.
Yeah, you know, I from a young child, my much older brother would take me to see films I was too young to see, and
Yeah,
the films that I saw then, whether in the theater or on Laserdisc or VHS, or movies that I have long come to respect. Nicholas Roeg's Don't Look Now, or Kubrick's The Shining, or William Friedkin's The Exorcist, or Ridley Scott's Alien. And these are movies that influenced this film. And they deal in very, they some deal with the supernatural, but also in very grounded ways.
Scott, thank you for your time. I gotta go, but congrats again and have a great day.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate it.